The cards speak. Justice listens. Welcome to the unseen. Truth doesn't hide forever, not from the eyes that see. Spirits stir, clues awaken. Let the seeing begin. Behind every crime, a shadow speaks. I'm Lady Zelda. Welcome to Seeing Crime.
And hello to you, my darlings. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Seeing Crime. I'm Lady Zelda Kelly, and we are here to answer some questions tonight. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. I always get excited because sometimes I want to see the answers too, right? So I want to thank True Oracle for being here, first of all, and I would thank my beautiful mods, Captain Jerry, Patty, Terry. Thank you, because if it weren't for you, we couldn't make this happen. And I want you to know, if ever you need anything, reach out to the mods if I am busy talking, because you know I'm a talker, right? And if you need anything, they're definitely going to help you, because guess what? If they've got my back, they've got yours. And this is a safe place where we can all just come and gather and talk about things that are going on, and not shout and not bite each other's heads off. That's what we're not doing here. We want answers, and that's exactly. I just thought of this. I just sounded like Zach Bagans. We want answers. We do want answers. So there we go. But a couple of announcements first. Somebody sent the kitties cat food today, and they all say thank you. But I had to get after them a little bit today, because they take over. Riley came up and was wanting to lay, and Riley is a big boy. He's like a tow truck. Pardon me. He's like a tow truck. And he wanted to sit on my keyboard. He wanted to sit by my computers, pushing things. Tried to pushed my printer almost over my table. I'm telling you, he's a force to be reckoned with. And he was on the side of my desk, and I went to push him just gently. And I mean, he's standing there like a bulldog. And I'm like, hello, he's strong. So, they sleep with me there. So I got after him a little bit and said, no, and they're all sprinkled around. So that's good. But they say hello and thank you so much for the cat food. That's so sweet of you. There is Mrs. Marie. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mrs. Marie with True Oracle. I want to make this announcement because you know that I'm on a venture to, it's kind of a personal goal, right? To get monetized. And I promise this is it for a long while, if not a while. I have pinned 2 links in the descriptions. In the chats of True Oracle and of mine. Those are for the Crossy Chronicles and Halloween Night Vibes. And Halloween Night Vibes is Mrs. Marie's channel. And she's got some crime things going on over there that need some attention. They are very good. They need some attention. And if you could just do me that favor, it's free. We're not charging you anything. We're here to entertain you. But the tubes of you have changed a lot. They have raised the watch hours from 4,000 watch hours to 8,000. We've got till February 1st to get those 2 channels under review to get them monetized. This one is safe. True Oracle is safe. The Still Case is safe. And so is Valehaven. I had to stop and think there. Sorry, buddy. I had to stop and think there for a second. So I want to thank each and every one of you for just taking a minute and heading over that way. Thank you. Thank you. There's my girl, Sarah in shock and horror. I'll never forget when she said that on the stand. We were in shock and horror, right? Hello. But thanks for being here. We love it. Thank you so much. Thank you, JJ. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. That it is wild. It is wild, and it's making it very, very hard for the smaller channels. And I can't tell you, we appreciate it so much. Kathy stayed up especially for us. Hello to England. Hello across the pond. Hello to you, my darling. We're going to get started here very, very. Is Help I'm Haunted safe? Yes, it's a part of this channel. So it is safe. That's one of the series that is in this channel. So we're all good over there. Yeah, we're good. Thank you so much, my darling. I'll tell you what, this stuff, I have to tout it. This is the Avon leave-in conditioner organist, and I'm going to tell you, it is a game changer for hair. It has been for mine because the heat just is like Mrs. Fry. And I got to tell you this, and I'm not proud. I'm just going to tell you this. Thank you, my darling Gina. I'm just going to tell you this. I'm thinking about maybe wearing some wigs because I feel like I need a change. I've looked like this since 1978. So if you see me with different hairstyles, I'm not proud. Listen, I'll wear a wig. You know what? Everybody does. Why not? So if you see me with different hair, it's a wig. I'll clue you in. I'll clue you in. There you go, my darling. Yes, it is very good. Hi there, Jody. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you're most welcome. Thank you to everyone. I appreciate you. I missed Thursday night because I was on my way home from New York City. Oh, that's just too bad. Well, I love New York City. Thursdays aren't the same without beautiful chat and Lady Z. Thank you. So I've got a funny story about New York City sometime. Hello, my darling. Welcome to each and every one of you. There is the Avon link. Thank you. And I've got to show you something real quick. And I got this in today. And you're going to be surprised. And with Christmas and the holidays coming, I picked this up. Now look, this is a necklace. It is like crystal. It is beautiful. You get a ring, you get the necklace, and you get earrings. They are beautiful. And I'm going to show you where to get them because you're going to want to go over here. This is on the clearance side. I'm putting the link right now in the chat. And I want you to see how absolutely beautiful, let me see if I can get this up closer, how beautiful these are. That's it right there. All three, the necklace, the earrings, and the ring, $10.99. And if you look to the left of that is the bracelet. Now, I have a larger wrist. I can't wear smaller bracelets, but that bracelet's $3.49. And if you, this is on the clearance side. So if you scroll up, you see right here on my page, it says last call, 70% clearance. That's exactly where it is. And here you go. I'm gonna really, and all you have to do is pick out your ring size. And they go up to 10. They go up to 10. And the ring sizes are true. Believe me, the ring sizes are true. They've got such pretty, and look at this little Christmas thing, but look what else I want to show you that is on clearance. For those of you who like the holidays and Christmas, look at this. This was a $69 little Santa's house for $19.99. And when you get these, they are good quality. This is what I love. Look at that little ceramic. That's like a porcelain train. Isn't that cute? They've got such cute things. But look, they've got just these little tabletop scapes. They're so beautiful. So head on over there, my darlings. scroll on over there, check it out, and pick something up. So anyway, my darlings, hello and welcome. Now, I'm not doing personal readings tonight. I'm doing crime readings, but I got to show you something. Thank you. And oh, by the way, some of you I see have received your books. My boss, the man that I work for in where is he? In Canada, in Canada, received his book today at 9 a.m. And seriously, he was so enthralled. He says he couldn't put it down. His wife was mad, so he's very, very happy. So I can't wait for you all to get it. I bought 3 witches today that are 3 feet and they make noise and they hold hands. Oh my God, so cute. I love it. I love it. I love the holidays. Yes, they are coming. Yes, they are coming. Okay, so, dear lady, haven't been on in months. Oh, Linda, bless you. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, under the weather, things looking up. Good. Oh, welcome. You're always welcome. And we're sending you some really, really good vibes. I just saw something about Chris Nanos. Would like to know if Chris Nanos is hiding knowledge of Nancy Guthrie case from Indiana. First time in. Well, thank you, Deborah, and welcome. You beautiful. Look at that beautiful hair. Welcome, my darling. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. Put your DNA on the like button. Do me that. Do me that solid. Do me that solid, okay? So, death becomes right. I thought of that same thing. Isabella Rossellini was so beautiful in that movie, wasn't she? Okay, there's Ruthie. Hi, my darling. So happy. Okay, I'm happy you caught it too. I just wanted to give it a few minutes because a lot of people like to come in and they get their notifications late. And so that's why I wanted to, because people are trickling in. We're going to get started, I promise. We're going to do the cards and we're going to do pendulum and we're going to do all kinds of little things. But, oh, my Venmo, create a snapper. Thank you so much. You guys, see, I need you guys. But I also want to invite you. I am going live tomorrow night at 6, Sunday at 6 p.m. on the Crossy Chronicles channel. And I'm going to be talking about all things in that Gothic storyline, how I put it together, and the music that I write. It's not going to be long stream. I just want to say hello. Okay, we're going to do that. And then Monday night, I'm going live on the still case, and I'm going to be talking to you about the physics of an investigation and how you can use physics to start an investigation and actually use it throughout your whole life, right? So that's really going to be interesting. So stop by there. That's Monday night at 7 p.m. Then we have Thursday night, Help I'm Haunted. But I want to show you this picture. Some of you may not have seen this. I want to show it to you. This is Lindsay Clancy. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, wait a minute. That may be Rachel Dennis. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, wait a minute. I think it's both. Rachel Dennis is on the right side. Let me look and see here. Let me see. Rachel Dennis is on the right side. Lindsay Clancy is on the left. Patrick Clancy married Rachel Dennis this past April 2026. Lindsay Clancy said in her testimony that she thought she saw herself doing this to her children. Little food for thought. Here are these two ladies once again side by side, Lindsay is on the left. Rachel, the new wife, is on the right. Patrick not only has a type, but I think, and I'm not going to do it because Patrick's on the hunt. Patrick, if you put Patrick's picture beside Brian Kohlberger, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I want to tell you this. From a psychiatric, now I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not into any of that, but I am a researcher and I'm an intuitive. And I just want you to know that there are some things in that particular timeline, whether she did it or not, we're not going to go there. But there are some things in that timeline that are way off. And all I got to say is there's something to be said about a man who wants a different family. Ask Chris Watts. And if you don't think that people can't do that, think again. Yeah. Yes, Marcia, we are going to talk about that, and I'm going to try to get that video. I saw that. It is a handoff. I don't know who it is. But there is something, and I've got it, Linda. I watched the entire trial. Believe me, doctors call it what the medical terms, bottom line, a demon took her body. Well, you know what? I just want to let you know this. And the DSM, which is the psychiatric handbook, it's like they call it the psychiatric Bible, if you will. It's what you use to help you define what symptoms you have, ADHD, psychosis, sociopath, you name it. It's in that book. Do you know that I believe it was in 1995 or 1996, they added possession to DSM chapter 5. There's my sweetheart, Jack. I'm just gonna call Jack. Yeah. They added possession. Now, here's the interesting thing about this particular, yes, and one of the neighbors saw her laying on the ground much earlier than what they said she did timeline. But guess what? They went to go get him to testify, and he's no longer alive. Honestly, the husband, Patrick Clancy, said that she was laying in the ground, broken, back broken, neck stoved up. You know what stove means. It's what our mothers told us not to do. Don't hit that hard. You'll stove your finger. Well, you know what? That is, whatever. She had spinal fluid in her throat. She had all kinds of things going on. And when the EMTs got there, he said, oh, yeah, she told me she did it. She told me. The kids are in the basement. She told me she did it. And the EMTs testified that she couldn't speak at all. In fact, when she woke up, she didn't know what happened. Not only that, but when Patrick Clancy arrived, he said he couldn't call 911 because the internet was down. Now, Patrick, listen to me a minute, darling. That turnip truck that I used to ride on the farm didn't back over my head. You can call 911 from any phone if it's broke down or not even connected to the internet. And here's another little thing. He says that all of the baby cams were off. They had baby cameras and everything all over that house. He said for some reason the Wi-Fi was out and the cameras were off. It's Massachusetts. And we've got law enforcement who is related to Patrick. There's Lindsay Clancy busted, broken, convinced that she did this. I'm not so sure. But okay. But there she is laying in bed, tubes going in and out of her, and they've got her handcuffed and shackled with a broken back, can't walk, can't speak, in and out of coma. She coded twice and they had to bring her back. They put some type of detective and law enforcement outside of her hospital door and wouldn't let people in to even see her until Red Reddington made them, until he, they had to have a court order. But they had her shackled to the bed. That's tough. That's tough. But here's the thing, my darlings. He's the only one that wasn't hurt. And they charged her within 24 hours. And then later on, he shows up at law enforcement and says, "Oh, I thought you were supposed to take all the digitals. Phones, all this. Hello. But here's one that you left behind, and that was the Apple Watch." Joan, you're absolutely right. The cameras were off at Sebastian Rogers' home the night he went missing. And guess what? Patrick Clancy works for Microsoft, and I believe it was Katie Rogers. It's not Katie Rogers anymore. It's Katie Proudfoot, works for some type of security company. How odd. How absolute odd. But here's something that really has me wondering. I'm not accusing anybody, just want you to know this. Just has me wondering about things. There was the red stuff. You know what I'm talking about. There was the red stuff on the floor in the bedroom. Patrick said it was sprayed all over. It wasn't. They testified that it wasn't. You saw the room. It wasn't. It was just on the floor. But there was the red stuff in the basement on the carpet. How did that happen? Because she could not have. If she did that, to her wrist and her own throat, she could not have gone from the bedroom down into the basement, took care of business, and went back upstairs and hello. No. 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 And then that's right. And then said she didn't lock the bedroom door, and he said it was. Listen, the bedroom door was locked. I propose to you that someone locked her in there. Thank you, my darlings. Pardon me, Trinky time. And the fact that he changed clothes before he ran. The fact that he changed clothes, not before he ran, he changed clothes between the time he went to CVS Pharmacy and then to 3V to pick up their dinner. Why did he change his clothes and his shoes? But then there's another part I want to tell all of you sleuths out there. She had medicine subscribed, yes, do that for me, but prescribed to her that she no longer took. But she had it in her system. And Patrick had a bag of those meds in his front seat of his truck. Who keeps a bag of medication in the front seat that your wife is no longer taking? They charged her within 24 hours of this they took his word for it. She did it. Okay, boom, done. Thanks. Now I'm going to go on. Within 17 days, he was in New York. But I'm going to tell you what I found. Patrick Clancy was looking for apartments in New York. Shows him even in one sitting in the window. This was, I think, right after it happened. Right after, like within 17 days. Supposedly, allegedly, sort of, kind of, maybe. And guess what? The apartment that he was renting through his trust. Now, you can do that sort of thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Through the trust, well, he rented it from another trust or corporation. But guess who is a partner in the corporation? His new wife's father. He was making ski trips. Now, look, your wife is home, having a hard time, crying out for help. Who has called the unaliving hotlines twice and got turned away twice? Trying to keep journals, trying to take care of everything. Yes, I heard that he is missing, and I had said that. Missing from his job. He did not go to work. I don't know if he's there now, what happened. But you know that you've got a wife and she's at home with 3 kids and she is struggling, but you go off on a sailing trip. And guess who's on the sailing trip? The new wife. But she wasn't the new wife then. Then he goes off and runs the Boston Marathon. This was shortly after the children were buried. Guess who was there? The new wife before she became the new wife. And she has a picture of her running with a band wrapped around her waist and the same ligature that supposedly was on the children. I'm not saying I'm saying this needs to look into. I think, because listen, all of you internet sleuths, all of you solved the Gabby Petito case. And I think we need to start sharpening up. That's why Monday night on the Still case, I'm going to talk to you about the physics. Isn't it funny how you can kind of change a letter or two around and you go from physics to psychic? And they both meet in the middle, I promise. But this just, and then, one of the crime scene photos, my darlings, pardon me, one of the crime scene photos had the nightstand that was supposedly, allegedly in front of the window on top of some of those red stains. And the red stains weren't moved. Pardon me. Wow. The red stains were not moved. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I've had experience. Again, listen, I'm not a doctor, and I won't even pretend I am one. I'm not a prosecutor, but I just play one on TV. No, I'm not that either. I'm not any of that. But I think that sometimes I just use my noodle. And sorry for the Germans out there that I keep doing that. I apologize. It's an American thing. How does that happen? How does that happen where you have furniture on top of these stains? And then you got some good old boys that come and look over things and, oh, yeah, okay. You see, I'm going to show you this picture. I showed it to you once again. I'm going to show it to you now again. Where are you? Where are you? Here it is. Now, my darlings, take a good look at this picture. This is one of the crime scene photos. You can't really tell. Oh, my Lord, darling, I should. With the big unicorn in the back, I should, but I'll get sued. There's a CVS bag there. Now, I zoomed in, being who that I am, I zoomed in. Now, he told Lindsay while he was at CVS Pharmacy that they didn't have that type of children's medicine, okay? Because they needed some type of laxative, children's laxative. It was Pedialax, I think he said they were out of. Something. But if you look in that CVS bag, the same colors of that box are in that bag. Now, the reason those trays are there, he said that before he left, they were eating, I believe it was Callan, not the baby. It's Cora, Dawson, and Callan. It was the little boy. Said that he was eating chicken nuggets and green beans. That both Cora and her little brother was eating that. Hello. I don't know about you mothers out there, and you people who may not be mothers, but you certainly know what toddlers do to plates. Even my kitties. Listen, I got to tell you something funny, my darlings. I feed my kitties wet food. Yes, I do. On paper plates. I got different paper plates because I thought they were pretty. I fed them this morning on these paper plates, 1 can of food divided up between 3, and I water it down because sometimes, it's too rich for their little bellies, but boy, oh boy, they get bent out of shape if they don't get it. Okay, I'm here for you. Do you know I had different printed paper plates? They're sturdy paper plates, the kind that, they're not foam. I don't like a foam plate. And they're not that crappy paper either. Do you know I put those down on the floor today? And I set them there, and they sat there and looked at it. And this is seriously what they do. Looked at it, and then looked up at me like, those are not our plates. You got, Mommy, those are not our plates. Are you trying to pull something here? No kidding. My cats walked away from those plates. They're still sitting in the kitchen with the food, a good part of the food on them, because they're different. That's how spoiled they are. And I got to tell you something. That little attitude isn't so far from a toddler. Take a look at those clean plates. Now, I have other crime scene photos. I found some autopsy photos that are not very pleasant, and I cannot show you. And I wouldn't, because they're just gripping. But this is what we have. Now look, this is what I'm going to say about this. Red Reddington went into this feeling that it was cut and dried, and he had to work in one space Just had to go down the line. He's going to get this over first. And then Rosemary Scapiccio, woo, yes, girl. I will send her a bag of donuts. Wait until she gets gets a hold of some of these doctors. Look out. Look out. They're suing the doctors and the hospital. They should. Some of these people should lose, these nurse practitioners that didn't know what to do with her, they should be held accountable for at one time, my darlings, she was up to 32 medications at one time. What are you trying to do? And then this ridiculous so-called expert was on the stand yesterday. His name was Dr. Mac Attack, said to, Lindsay, his one eye's going this way, one eye's going that way. He says, oh yeah, well, she refused this medicine. And Red Reddington says, what are you talking about? She refuses. She didn't want to take it. Finally, it came out that this mother wanted to breastfeed, and she was concerned about taking all this medication. What? And this dude is holding it against. Get your license out of the way. And then he's hired by that one firm. Oh God, Dietz, I think his name is. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to share with you my opinion, and it's my opinion only. What you are seeing here from the prosecution is confirmation bias, in my opinion. They are not prosecuting for justice. They are persecuting. They are persecuting her because they have already presumed that she is guilty. Did you see that one Huffington? The buffalo. Did you see the buffalo when Dr. Lapazada? Oh God, I love Dr. Lapazada. She's my girl. Did you see Dr. Lapazada? She's like, oh yeah, she knows her thing. She don't care about these. She knows what a joke they are. She said, no, that ligature that was around here on the baby, I think, that's what they were talking about. And did you see the buffalo get huffy? Shuffle off to buffalo. She went up to the clerk's table, puts these gloves on, snap. And I thought, what are we doing? Are we going to have some type of an examination here with these gloves, the way she was snapping them on? Holy girl. Snappy. She opens up that evidence bag, gets out the ligature, winds it around. She said, see? And then just almost throws it on the table of the, what? Please. I would have begged to be a juror, because I would have said jury nullification, not guilty, just the buffalo with bows. That's right. I would have just said, oh, out of here, ciao. God. They both are a mess. And then not only did we have the other one a few days earlier say, are you Catholic? To the mother-in-law, who was a defense witness, by the way. To the mother-in-law, are you Catholic? Are you practicing Catholic? Yes. Well, would you agree that the shamata is a mortal sin? Immediately, you know what I said? So is gluttony, buffalo. Go, here, hold on. I got a little thing for you, girl. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready for a sound? We haven't heard this since Hank Brennan. Ready? Here's a sound.
Sit down, demon.
That says it all.
Sit down, demon.
Sit down, demon. Now, that brings me to this. I've had a lot of experience. This is where I was going, and then I got sidetracked. Trucked. This is where I was going with this. I've had a lot of experience with people coming to me and thinking that they're cracking up. I'm just going to tell you that. Thinking that they are cracking up. And then I'm going to give you my perception of what this may be. Most people who hear voices, they are not distinguished between male nor female. And I've heard those voices before. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. I've not heard the bad one, but sometimes people do. And you know what? You know what brings this on? An over amount of medication, an over amount of alcohol, or playing around in the dark stuff that you shouldn't be doing. That will bring it on. It's a phenomenon. I can't explain it, but let's talk about this from all the technical issues they had yesterday. Was that how it was when LC met the doctors via Zoom, right? And they wouldn't let her see one doc. They all just kind of pounced on her. But I want to talk about this from a religious side, if I may, the word side. I don't like the word religion. Okay, bad stuff can be somebody's religion. Be nice about buffalo. Oh, Kathy, it's not your buffalo. I'm talking about those buffaloes that graze. But the reason I said that is because I like that buffalo gal, won't you come out tonight? And there's a cat. And dance by the light of the moon. So no shade on buffalo, my darling. Love you and thank you for being here. Oh, okay. So spiritual is better than religious. Thank you. But according to the word, I want you to know there are warnings. This is why we are told from the word, don't get involved with that kind of thing. Obviously, if you need medication, obviously, but don't get involved. When I started hearing this case and I started hearing all this about she was on 13 meds and then 15, 18, 32. What is this, an auction? But when I first started hearing this, the first thing I thought was, I wish I could have been there. Not that I'm so great, but sometimes there is something deep, right? Look at that singer there. Love her. Something there is deep down inside. Because remember, in the book of Peter, he talks about the devil, demon, waiting to jump on. And listen, that's very true. Why does that happen? Because that is considered to be an altered state in which that invites the lower astral. It invites other things to come in. That's why a lot of times even these really bad, full-blown alcoholics that are violent and mean. They don't remember what they do. And then they're so apologetic the next day, and they're led to continue to loop on. And I wonder, not even me, take me out of the equation, because I really am nobody in this, but I wonder what would have happened to Lindsay if she would have got to the appropriate, because this is the reason why I'm saying this. If you see any video with them out as a family, she's got the kids all around her playing, happy, and he's standing off here on the side, looking like an old potato, just being dug out of the ground. Doesn't want to be there. Doesn't want to play with the kids. He stands off and away from them. That is a man who doesn't want to be in a family. I don't care what anybody says. I've been in this business long enough to know when a man doesn't want anything to do with a family and he's off here, which leads me to wonder, why, oh, why were things happening the way they were? Because they had a nanny there for, and check this out, they had a nanny there wait a minute. Posted are just going to a screen saying no info can be found with it. Oh, probably on Crossy channel. Let me get that for you. I think it's the Crossy channel. I know it's not the Halloween vibes. Let me put that in the chat. So sorry. Thank you, Yubes of Tube, right? Thank you, Tubes of You. Thanks for letting me know. There we go. But I wish they could have gotten into what, because I think Lindsay just really felt beaten down. He hired a nanny to help. The nanny helped so she could go to work, so Lindsay could go to work. But Lindsay was constantly upset about the kids, what's going on with the kids. Patrick is home. Oh, he's working. So as soon as, now see, to me, this doesn't make sense. As soon as it is thought that Lindsay could no longer work because she was on too much medication, then she stopped going into work. Well, they should have kept the nanny, but he said, no, I'm not paying for a nanny. So he put her, yes, when is the 25th, my darling? It's Tuesday. Yes, we will do that. Yes, we will do that. I'm gonna star you to just make sure. So now all of a sudden Lindsay's in charge of these kids and she can't handle it. And he's not helping her. One of the reasons why she was a nervous wreck is because one night, one of the babies, I think it was Cora, was, because she had a baby monitor at work with her. She was a nurse, labor and delivery. She heard one of the babies, I'm just going to say it that way, when the baby started crying. Patrick is home, sleeping. The baby was going on and on and on, and she would call Patrick, and Patrick didn't answer the phone. She had to call the police to have them go to the house to do a wellness check on the baby because the baby was crying. Patrick is home, and he wouldn't get his crack up out of the bed to go check on the baby. Now listen, I'd be a nervous wreck too. I'm not condoning if she did this. I'm certainly not condoning it. But I think there were some things that pushed her into thinking this may be my only way out. And for the kids and me too. So I don't know. I don't know. There's some crazy things going there. But when I saw this picture, my darlings, there's a problem with this guy. There's a problem. Oh, and there's so much more. My darlings, listen, timeline. She was supposed to have done this at a particular time, but he sent an email from his remote location in his basement at 5:24 p.m., which means he would have been home during the event. I don't know. I don't know. Captain Harris, thank you very much. If my husband wouldn't get out of his chair to go check on the baby, that'd be the last baby I'm having with him. No kidding. Why didn't the report her say she wanted to hurt the kids? Right. Oh, look at you, my darling. You nurse, my darling. Thank you. And thank you for being a nurse. I wanted to go to nursing school. I started in Spokane, Washington. I lasted 2 days. Yeah, I know that. I lasted when they took me down to the morgue. That was a hard time. Couldn't do it then. Couldn't do it. I have a hard time with seeing that stuff. Thank you, Super Snoop. Thank you, my darling. These things need to be looked into. They sure do. So this is what I feel. I think Reddington is going to follow through. He knows he's got to listen. He's got a lot of people. Oh, look, I did 4 years of nursing school. Bless your heart. I believe Reddington is going to complete this task. We're going to see what happens to Lindsay. I think what they're going to probably do is they're probably going to commit her. I don't think they're going to send her to a prison. I think they're going to commit her. But that doesn't mean, there is such a thing as called double jeopardy. And there is such a thing as wrong people get committed every day. Wrong people. Bless you, my darling. Look at you. I bet you have some stories. I get it. I get it, my darling. Jersey says, I'm not sticking up for Patrick. I'm having a hard time wondering if Lindsay did. Right. Me too. And I'm going to tell you, I think it's because we did not have the appropriate investigation. Even this Dr. Mack came to interview Lindsay 3 years after the event. What? How would you know what her mindset was 3 years later? You don't. I wonder what this Commonwealth and these prosecutors are up to. If this is the cream of the crop, oh my gosh, I think it's spoiled. Here we go.
Sit down, demon.
Yikes. Patrick was completely disinterested in his family. He placed everything on her, then drove her crazy with constant criticism and put downs and mind games. You can manipulate someone because, listen, all you have to do, you can be having a good day, and all you have to do is say, that's not really a good look for you. And boom, the whole day is wiped out. You forget everything else that has happened, and boom. We're going to keep talking about this now. I started this and I forgot to say, please don't put names in the comments. That's my fault. Just put initials in. You are all right. But we're going to be talking about some we're going to be talking about Nancy Guthrie, Lindsay. I still can't get over this. Still can't get over it. Still can't get over it. You don't need to worry a bit. That's my fault because I didn't say it. All right, well, I want to sing happy birthday to this lady. Happy birthday, Crystal. Happy birthday, Crystal. Let me see where it is here. I started. Yes, here we go. So get ready. Let everybody, I think Crystal is her name, right? Didn't you tell me that, Marquetta? Is it Marquetta? I think so. My darling, so sorry. Happy birthday, Crystal. Okay, that's what it is. Here we go, my darlings. Let's sing happy birthday to Crystal. We're going to start reading. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Let me see if I can do it right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Crystal. Happy birthday to you and many more. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. Wait, we got to do a little fanfare here. They give us noises and everything. Listen, when you're on StreamYard, it's like, sitting in the cockpit of an airplane. I'm serious. I'm serious. What if the man's voice that she heard when he called her from the pharmacy? I had a dream. Here we go, and I'm not Martin Luther, but okay. Even more strange that he is with her now. He knew her in college, so maybe he did get right. I'm wondering this. I'm going to just put it out there to you. I'm just going to put it out there. What if? And I'm going to make this generic because I'm not accusing anybody. Everybody is innocent, but I just got to say this. What if the newbie went into the house because there was some crushed up pills in the orange juice on the side table? What if there's a recognition that you look like somebody? Do you ever remember Patty Duke? You look alike, you dress alike. Remember that? It is said that Lindsay, orange juice, lemonade, whatever it was, it said that Lindsay text, where is the carotid artery? Now, first of all, she's a nurse. And secondly, carotid was misspelled. But the new wife is a doctor. So who did it? So what if you have a twin? There we go. What if you have a twin and you're kind of, you're fuzzy and you're told, to do these things? And what if you have a twin and you see your twin doing them and you're so loop-de-loo that you just don't know what you're doing? And the next thing you know, oh my goodness, you've got all this going on because they said there was a sharp thing that cut the screen of the window, but when you look at the side table, that sharp thing was placed gingerly on the side table. Now look, if somebody's going to do this, why do you care how it is placed on the side table? It was perpendicular and parallel, and it was at the right angle. It was doing a blah, blah, blah. So you cut the screen and you put the sharp thing on the table in the right spot. Then on the night table is placed on top of those stains. And then I submit to you, because the way that she went through out over the window, and she felt differently. She felt, because I'm going to tell you something. If you are in your right mind and you come out of a high place like that, the first thing you're going to do, the instinct is to either brace yourself or defend yourself. And she didn't do it because there were too many things going on and medication and so forth. So she bonked on her head and her feet were away from the house. But there were red stuff on the side of the house. That to me would mean that, okay, here's two arms, right? Where are we here? Here are two arms or arms. Here's a window. Here's two arms, and they have red stuff on them. Sorry, this is the best I can do. Here's two arms, and you're here, but you're out of it. How do you have enough sense to even lift yourself up through a cut screen, and now you're hanging like this on this is the side of the house. You're hanging like this on the side of the house until, oh, I've got something here. Thank you. Until you are somebody's holding onto your feet, and then boomola. Now, neighbor saw the window open at 5 p.m. One of the neighbors, and they said, what was that all about? And that was posted in the Boston Globe, and now I can't find it. When I find it, I'll tell you. So maybe her lookalike did it, and she saw it in her foggy condition and think, see, I'm wondering, call me crazy, Zelda. Call me crazy, but listen, in my profession, hold on a minute, I just saw something here. In my profession, because remember, people, when I work the late nights, people call me when the bars close. People call me when they don't feel they can confess to a priest. No kidding. Ask Mrs. Marie. Because sometimes people just think, oh, a psychic, everything goes. And it kind of does. But I also still have a duty to justice. So if you call me and you confess to a crime, guess what? The next call I'm going to make. My darling Stephanie, thank you. I'm so excited that you have. Thank you, thank you. And oh, I got to show you this. Listen, I'm creepy under here. I'll be the first one to admit it. I'm 66. I'll be 67 in about 6 months. Oh, Lord. Anyway, I want to show you this. And this is a game changer. I've been using this for 2 weeks. And you know, I'm going to try it before I show you. This is the Anu. It comes in this little thing like this. It is called Anu. Wait. The Anu Ultimate. It is the multi-performance eye system. And believe me, you'll know it when you see it. Look under Anu Eye Care for wrinkles or lifting and everything else. Look at this little guy. It's just kind of like this very light. It's not even a cream. It's like a balm, like chaps. It's kind of like but not like that. It's that kind of consistency. That's one. And then that dreamy, on the level, beautiful, creamy, and I put it here too. Listen, I am proud. I put it everywhere that stuff may be happening, because I'm going to tell you what, I sure as heck am not going to, I'm going to fight looking like a marionette every chance I get. And if you get a chance, it's not that expensive. It's on sale right now, and there's free shipping right now going on. It's the Anu Multi-Performant Eye Cream. Thank you. That was my little break. All right. So let me get down here. There's a lot. Lynn's, okay, she is right-handed. Patrick is left. All right, so we have to be, let's remember to not put names in the comments, please. All right, I see where you're going with this. Like I said before, I smell a no-no. I do too. See, we've seen things like this before. Think about 34 Fairview Road. And the Karen Reed case, think about that, my darlings. Think about it. Boy, oh boy, there's something fishy. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Jackie. Listen, this lady right here is on the level. I talked with her yesterday, been talking to her, private stuff, but listen, I love her. Prayers to her. Okay. Send her a little prayer too. She's got some stuff coming up. It's going to be okay. Maybe. Huh. Listen, if I were, nobody would have a chance. I would be Martha Stewart and Columbo all in one. That's what I would be. Hi there, Kitty, my darling. How are you? Thank you, my darling. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm wondering. I can't help it. When you see, and I have a whole timeline, and maybe on Monday night we'll go through it, because again, Monday, the still case, race over there, subscribe so you don't miss anything. It's going to be 7 o'clock Monday, and we're going to be talking about the physics of an investigation. And it becomes so simple. You think, how have I not thought about this? And you can apply it in every area of your life. It is that important. And like I said, isn't it funny how you just kind of switch a couple of letters around and you go from physics to psychics, and they meet in the middle. Yes, ma'am. I know 2 body language experts, and yes, they said the same thing. Now, the lady, Emily Thorndike, that testified, She beat herself up so bad because she was so scared. And they asked her about living in Massachusetts. She said she lived in, I can't remember, New York. And she said something about, oh yeah, well, when you're privileged or something. She was trying to joke, and it was taken very seriously. And she has beat herself up. And Emily, if you are watching, it's easy to sit back here and look, but when you're on there and you know that you're going to be, hold on, that you're going to be interrogated by the buffaloes, then I would be nervous too. 3 times I've gone in for jury duty. I think they have my name now because they don't even give, but 3 times jury duty. And guess what? Never, ever, ever do I get to go, because you know what? They all know me. When they see my name, because they go through your social media and everything. I get up there when they do a jury selection, they'll say, Zelda Kelly, what do you do for a living? I'm a consultant. What type of a consultant? Sometimes I work with Canada on financial helping, trying to help people because, I want to get on the jury. Oh no. Aren't you a psychic? Don't you watch crime? Haven't you been involved in crime investigations? Not in the crime. Yes. Next. You can't help it, but I want to get on there. Maybe I have to be very careful. The window was open at 5 p.m. in January. Yes. The window was open then. There's something wrong. So I do believe that Red Reddington is going to find out and get Lindsay. You can only do one thing at a time. And then Rosemary Scapiccio is going to take over. I will be sending her some good vibes. She's just going to go in there and just shred. I cannot wait to see her talk to Dr. Tufts, Luffs, whatever she is, because she's a smarty boots. And then, so I think that's all going to come first. Get Lindsay settled. And by the way, I want you to know this. There was a GoFundMe that was set up for Patrick, because evidently Patrick supposedly, allegedly, sort of, kinda set up a foundation for children. The Herd Foundation. Don't know where that came from, but okay. I think he got 1.7 million. But I'm going to tell you for that GoFundMe, but I'm going to tell you another little thing here, my darlings, that really chaps my hind end. The house was sold, private sale, wasn't even put in the market, to a former prosecutor in the prosecutor's office, and they did not want the jury. This former prosecutor did not want the jury to come through and tour the home. Why? That stinks. That smells. If you dispose of it, yeah, right? Hello. About the wrists, a nurse would know. It's a horizontal mark. Yep, yes. Aunt BB, absolutely. No, honey, not right now. It's not going to be. It's over 300 pages, and I just don't have time to. And I got to tell you this. I got kind of emotional when I wrote this book. It took me a few days. When I was sitting here at my computer, because I'm sitting right here at my desk talking with you, and I'd be out here 2:00 in the morning writing, right? Ian would come out and he'd look at me, "Are you all right?" "Yes, I'm just remembering the past and all these people that I love so much." He's like, "Oh, okay." But that's very true. And not right now, maybe, but there's so much going on right now, but not right now. So, let me see. Okay. So many people are poo-pooing the idea that PC did it. Others thinking the same as they have his clothes have changed. Yeah. A lot of people, when people first went in there, a lot of people thought, oh, whoa, cut and dried. But now, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A new works so good. It does. Listen, I'll take it. Thank you, Lori. You know it. You know it. Oh, and by the way, look at these. These are 2 necklaces that I have on, other than you know who. And did you hear the WZLD that was posted last night? And my favorite guy in the world talking about werewolves. And he's like, Valiana. I always do this because he has this quizzical brow. Valiana, you love for me to talk about these things. And I'm like, but you could take on a werewolf, couldn't you? Oh boy, talk about hero syndrome. Well, check out these 2 necklaces. These are also on that same page that have, this is my darling. I can't show you, but they've got choices with this necklace. This is the silver one because I wear a lot of silver. Let me bring this to the front here. Let me bring me to the front. Oh, hello. I brought me to the front. All right. This has the tree of life. It has an infinity symbol, and it has an amethyst. That's kind of my little birthy thing. No, it isn't. It's an aquamarine is my birthy thing, but it's amethyst. And then this is another little jewel looking. Oh, it's so cute. I love this one. And then this is a moon. And why not wear them together? It just looks like, what do they call that? Hammered silver, but it's not. And they're so cute. This is kind of like a bead on a chain. Very cute. And they're gorgeous. All right. Hi there, Allison. Hello, darling. Welcome. That Anu is supposed to be awesome for years. I forgot all about that. It is. And you can ask Mrs. Marie. She ordered some stuff and she's like, I don't like Avon, but I'm going to try this because of you. Okay, try it. And she's like, oh my heck. I love this stuff, right? Jackie, I've been using Anu for years. Good for you. And you look like it too. You're gorgeous. I used it for years. It's great. Yes, thank you. Hi, June. Thank you. Let me see. Thank you, Captain. Please be careful what you write in the chat. YouTube is holding a lot of comments that can release, right? So there we go. YouTube does the job too, because guess what? YouTube has these little things that are, sometimes bots can be your friend and then not. And they scan, like they scan the continent. Oops. Right? Marionette, that's right. Well, I'll tell you what. A new really help with me is, right here, and I call it over the river and through the hood right here because my eyes are getting hooded. And it is really helping this. Over the river and through the hood. There's Ian. He's going to say hello.
Hello.
There he is walking through. Over the river and through the hood. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I like a look at myself. Okay, never mind. Let me see. There's a There's a comment here that I wanted to look at. I haven't seen anything, but I keep hearing the clothes, shoes change, but they did. Yes. And there's even speculation, not saying anything, but speculation that it was somebody else like his friend. Here is another sort of kind of thing that I'm thinking. All right. This is just food for thought. What if? Here's the what if. They lived 3 miles from CVS Pharmacy. Patrick was a runner, still is. Ran the Boston Marathon. He does like 7-minute miles, 6.8-minute miles. Speculation is thinking, what if he went to CVS, ran back home, did something, and then ran back? He had tennis shoes on when he came back. Why? He had boots when he got there, and he changed his shirt. Why? I wonder that. Also, he's a sailor. He can tie ligature knots. Am I off? I don't know. Maybe I just watch too many crime shows. Maybe I just think there's more. Listen, there's always 2 sides to every story. And for those of you who watch this sort of thing a lot, 2 sides. I'd come be here to bless you, Rita. You're hired. Wait, I've got an FBI right here. Here we go. Noise coming. FBI, open up! You're welcome, my darling. Avon's anti-aging cream. I do too. I'm hooked. I am hooked. How do I get to the still case? Well, I'm going to put a link in the channel. How's that? I'm going to put a link in the channel, and all of you can zippity-doo-dah right on over there. The link is going to go in both chats of True Oracle and here in Seeing Crime. There it is, my darlings. Head on over there. Why did her pulse go down to 57 and then it stopped? Supposedly, allegedly, going up and down these steps because the Apple Watch was supposed to be always making sure that she was okay, right? I'm going to be careful now because we're really getting into some stuff. And then it was taken off and put in the side drawer. And the bed was moved by the window. She's little. I don't know if you see her. She's little. Listen, I have a hard time. My bed is a queen bed, and it sits up high, and then I have a mattress topper thing on it. I wanted it because the mattress is too soft for me, and I thought this one was going to be a little firm, and it's not. I feel like I'm getting in and out of a saddle every time I get up and out of that bed. And it's heavy. This stuff is heavy for me. I'm 5'10". I can handle a few things. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Wait, I have to show you somebody here. This is what I'm putting up with right now. You see my mess? You see my mess? Right there. You see this boy? That's Petey Pink Nose. Look at him. I don't stand a chance around these people. All right. You got to stop that, Angel, because Mommy's got to do some things there. All right. Did they do a reconstruction of her fall? Yes, but the Buffalo CW complained because, and this was when Dr. La Posada This is when Dr. Lapazada was testifying. Before she testified, they said, oh no, because they had window wells there that were cut out from the basement, for the basement. And they're like, well, they're in the wrong place. And Red Reddington says, who cares? If they're 3 inches or 4 inches, this is a reconstruction. Who bloody well cares? So they did, but it didn't really show a lot. But they had a hard time because Dr. Lapazada said she had some bruising in her skull, but she didn't have any concussion or skull injury or anything else like that. Now, this is another thing I don't understand. The CW had a problem because, look, I'm sorry, that got on my shirt. I know what it is too. Sorry, but hey, things happen. The CW has a problem that Lindsay didn't bust her head open, and they fought her on that. Now, why? Is Lindsay not busted up enough for you? She has a colostomy bag. She has other types of things hanging off of her. She's going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of her life, and that ain't good enough, I guess. See, this is what my personal opinion, I'm not a lawyer, but this is why this confirmation bias, and you're going to hear that a lot Monday, but this is why confirmation bias pops up all the time. Because they have a narrative, and they went to the children's funeral, by the way. Don't know if you know that or not. Did Petey come out and show up because his favorite daddy did, Lord Ian? Yes. Yes, I don't know what's going to happen if Lord Ian decides what house he wants and where he's going to live. He says he's going to take Petey, but Petey will be heartbroken and alone. Because at night, Petey, look like I have a fur coat on because everybody's like, and Riley is always up on this shoulder with his head like here. So who sleeps? Oh, I do too, my darling. Dr. Lapazada, she's also never tested yes. And also this. Never. Well, first of all, Patrick had the children cremated almost right away. Could we? Now, they did have an autopsy. I'm just going to tell you that. But, when you have things, and the reason I say confirmation bias is because of this. When you have certain particular things happening, you're going to search out for those witnesses. If you're on one side, like the prosecution, you're going to search and pay for witnesses that tell the story that you want to be told, not the truth. There were some things that Red Reddington, I know, didn't, some of it was good and some of it was bad, and whatever the case may be. Right, Marcia? These bows, I can't help myself. I just can't. Hello there, beautiful Terry. Look at this beautiful girl. There's Chimmy, my darling. Hello. If you have not followed Chimmy, please do that. She's got a wonderful channel, wonderful live. She talks about all kinds of different things. And she's got crafts. I love it. I love it. The bow, right? I know. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. Oh my gosh. This part really got me all burnt up. You really need your, I do need a bow. We'll see what happens. No, she landed on her head. So she landed on her little noggin and then flipped over. So her feet, so she went down this way, and then I can't bend my wrist. So she went down this way. This is her head, and then flipped immediately over, and it broke her back. Shoved her all up. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate you. I can't wait till Monday night. I know. And imagine that Lindsay is not so old, and she has been, look what she's either going to be in prison or in a mental institution for the rest of her life until other things get satisfied. But let's think about this, because even if PC had enough to look into, who's going to indict him? Do we really think that he's going to be indicted? No, not unless, I don't know. That's the one thing you have to think of. You do all this, you know, the Massachusetts mess is piling up. Absolutely, Dragonfly. You betcha. There are so many things, and I've got a whole timeline. And you know, the digitals don't lie, except Selbright and Ian Whiffen. Maybe he didn't lie on purpose, but there were some things that were off there. When I saw Ian Whiffen, I'm like, oh, here we go. It's a rerun of the Karen Reed show, right? Dr. Mack was a joke in my opinion. Yes, thank you so much, Terry. Initials only. I'm bad, but it's my fault if I do it. So please do that, my darling. I love you back, my darling. You're welcome. Crafts, right? She's a crafty thing. She's just beautiful. Darling, please tell us if you have been safe since your excursion. No more attacks. Everything is fine. All is clear. All is clean. No more attacks. The little scratch is all but a memory, and everything is fine. I know when I do that stuff, but I knew I didn't want to do it tonight because, you know. So anyway, let me go through these and make sure that I'm I was a nurse at the hospital, and anyone that was prisoner or under arrest for a horrific crime is always cuffed ankles and wrists to the beds. I know. I know. I know. But I guess it just added insult to injury. And here's the thing. She borrowed the one Dr. Zeisel's phone to try to call Patrick. He wouldn't answer. It was just like, okay, she's there. Done. Bye. Sell the house to the former prosecutor. Pfft, done. Get it. I'm out. Divorces her right away. Oh, and part of her civil lawsuit is she's divorced. She's suing these people for her divorce, for the loss of love and companionship. Oh yeah, wait, I cannot wait. Absolutely. Yeah, I have migraines too. But I take iron for mine. Iron. That's just me. And why wasn't he at the hospital more with, why did she change her medical proxy from Petals? Right? She did. Thank you for bringing that up, Dippity-Doo. She changed her medical proxy before this happened from her husband to her parents. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Someone on one of these platforms contacted Red's office, who in turn contacted her parents. They started a GoFundMe for her parents. It is over $1.3 million now. And all they asked for was $50,000 because they have mortgaged everything, period. She's no longer working. I think her husband was, or the vice versa. They've mortgaged everything. Listen, being in the state doesn't cover some of this, but the prosecution was mad because she applied for SSI or SSID rather, which is a disability Social Security. Why would you be mad? Do you not know how expensive this is? Everything that she gets is going to go to this hospital and to her parents. Her parents have been there every day for 3 years. And her mother-in-law. Tell me that her mother-in-law doesn't know something. Cheers. He got married this past April. But he skippity-doo-dah right on out of there and went to New York. Didn't want anything to do with him. The Wanted Guys in Pima, do you think it's related to Nancy Guthrie? No, I don't. No, I don't. I've always been anemic, but the iron hurts my stomach really bad. It did me too, and I am too, and I'll tell you what I do, and that is Geritol. I know. But see, I don't know what it is when you're really psychic or that you have, because my grandmother had, pardon me, lack of vitamin B and iron so bad. She had pernicious anemia and had to get a shot for it and took Geritol, and that helped. But my stomach gets touchy when I take that. Geritol is the only thing. I take the liquid, not the tablet, and I eat with it. I wonder if the mother-in-law will come out with things on PC when it's over. I don't know. Sarah, in my opinion, the civil suit is going to be very contentious. Hospital insurance lawyers will absolutely place equal blame on PC and his parents. Many failed LC. I asked a lawyer about this one, and my darling, you need not threaten anymore. You need to go do it and try it. Try a little bit at a time. I'm not a doctor, but it helps me. But I play one on TV, right? So that's why I'm thinking that there was something going on. Somebody sent me a Venmo. Thank you so much for that. And I haven't looked because I've got my other little camera on. We're going to read some cards in a minute. Yep. Pernicious anemia and iron sensitive or psychic or whatever we call it, right? Hello. Right? I say my cousin took liquid Geritol. I couldn't take vitamin iron, stomach crack. See? And that did it to me too. But it is, thank you, Patty. But it is the liquid, and you got to eat something. Liquid, got to eat something. What I was going to tell you is that there is some type of Massachusetts law, and I can't remember what it is. It is that a husband can be equally held responsible in the unaliving of the children. I don't know about that, and I don't even really want to talk about it, but there's that. There is that. Okay, give me a second here. I gotta look. Jody, my darling. Well, first of all, Gina, thank you so much for the Cash App, Hello. And Jody, my darling, thank you so much for the generous Venmo. Barbara, thank you My darling, you guys are top shelf. Let's get some cards out. I wouldn't call myself a medium. No, I call myself a large. Oh, sorry. That is a bad joke. My grandmother and I used to say that all the time. They would go to my grandmother, do you think you're a medium? Of course, my grandmother was very petite. My grandmother was 4'4" or 5. And her, she was little and petite, a little Irish woman, and red hair that was not colored, except like I do, gray. And I'm 5'10". So you can think that when we were traipsing around Florida, and I write about it in my book, and you guys are going to love it, the time that I spent with my grandmother and my grandparents, but especially my grandmother, when we were traipsing around Florida, fighting crime and looking for justice and going to the ME's office in Orlando. Woo! Yes. You can imagine we looked like Mutt and Jeff when we walked in. Completely opposite. People, I'm going to tell you what. People, her name was not Mary Ruth. People, look at this. I'm telling you. People, I got to tell you this funny story, and I didn't put it, they're being mailed out now as we speak, my darling. Now, the ones that are unsigned have been, some of them are already received. So you might want to check your mailbox. If not, it'll probably be there on Monday. My boss in Canada received his today at 9:18, he told me, and couldn't put it down. His wife was mad all day because he wouldn't do a thing. He kept looking all over the place. It was in Orlando. We were in St. Augustine, and she and I broke camp in St. Augustine at the Equinox Hotel. I write about this in my book. And then I write how I ended up knowing this ME in Orlando, who was a stitch. She was a riot. She was a riot, I'm telling you. So I got to tell you this. I did not put it in the book, but this is funny. When I first met her, I call her, in the book, I call her Dr. No, she didn't have long hair. She always wore hair short and rolled set. Red hair, short, roll set. That fit that Claudette Colbert roll set. My book, now the books are still in print because I ordered a lot of them. And when it's time for signing, I'm not just going to sign it. I'm going to write you a little personal note to each one of you, and then we'll send them all off. Okay, so anyway, when I first met I call her Dr. Andy in Orlando, there was a detective there that didn't like psychics. He hated psychics. He didn't like them at all. Treated me like crap. Oh, Karen, I wish you were close by. You could deliver something for me, my darling. Delivering a DoorDash. And listen, I always tip very well. I don't think people should not be tipped. But anyway, her name was Dr. Andy in Orlando. This was years ago. Dr. Andy is gone. And when we were there and this detective was treating me not so nice, she kind of gave him the eyeball, like, straighten up and fly right. And he looked at me and said, yes. Yes, I am a giant, my darling. I might do an in-person signing. You never know. But he looked at me and he said, because there's my grandmother, red hair, gorgeous for her age. Seriously. dresses like $1,000,000, standing beside me, the girl all in black. Yes, I still do that, but I wore big hoop earrings at the time. Hello. And Dr. Andy, we're in her office, and he looks at my grandmother kind of flirting around and says, "Oh, well, who do we have here?" And she says, "Hello, my name is." And he said, "Oh." And I said, "Yes, that's my grandmother." He says, "Your grandmother? She can't be your grandmother." I said, "No, not really. She used to be my grandfather until she went to Seattle and had an operation." I thought Dr. Andy was going to come off of her chair. He did not think that was funny at all. My grandmother, Dr. Andy, and I were howling and laughing. That broke the ice, and that was the end of it. That detective turned around. Now, we kind of we kind of got along after that, and then, we got along better after a few crimes more. So yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness. Hello. Not to change the subject, but I went to turn my bed down and turned on TV, and Svengoolie came on. Oh, Tenna, and they were playing The Raven. Oh my gosh. Do you not like that? I love The Bat. If you love Agnes Moorehead and Vincent Price, 2 movies that are free on YouTube that you have to see, this is your little assignment. It's called The Bat. Get the colorized version. You'll love that more than anything. But get the colorized version. Oh, Shirley, I'm so sorry, my darling. May she rest well. You'll see her again. Shirley, I'm sorry. Thank you for being here with us. At one point, Christine, in my medical care, I was on 18 prescribed meds, including 2 Narcal. My goodness, darling. Thought you were, yes? Can you imagine? Hubby's in the other room watching Svengoolie. Does anybody here remember Big Chuck and Houlihan out of Cleveland, Ohio? Look them up. They're all gone now. But yes, look them up. Yes, Agnes Moorehead bewitches Mama. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a question. We're going to get into some cards and pendulum. I've been yakky, and it's almost 2 hours we've been here. Can you believe it? Thank you so much. And please do me a favor. Hold on. Please do me a solid. Hold on a minute. Please do me a solid. Do you want to dance? Do you want to dance with somebody? I'm from Cleveland. Hello. I still call them the Cleveland Indians. I know. We're not supposed to. But I do. I can't help it. I want one of those old Cleveland 1954 jackets with the Indian head on the back. I have a paver at the new stadium. That's how much I was a Cleveland Indian at that time fan. Yes. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like dancing with somebody, because I feel like dancing. We're going to get into cards. I love the Jean Carroll. Oh, my heck. The Jean Carroll show. Oh, my. Thank you. That is a blast from the past. I'm from Sandusky, not from Cleveland. Oh, bless you. Well, thank you for being here, though. I was all around those 2. I'm living on, because I've never heard of. These were just regional, local shows. That and Ghoulardi. Ghoulardi was another one. He came on. He was. These were shows that came on after the news. the 11 o'clock news. Houlihan and Big Chuck at that time. Houlihan was a weatherman. And then Houlihan went to Florida to be a weatherman. And then there was a little fellow, his name was Little John. He was cute as could be. They had jewelry shops, and Big Chuck passed away not so long ago. That was just so awesome. No, my songs are not copyright. Oh, they belong to me. I wrote them. But here we go, my darling. Let's boogie. I get it. Please adjust your volume, because get ready. Here we are, my darlings. We are about to dance. Woo! Yes! We've got disco balls in the members area. Now, if that didn't get your blood pumping, I don't know. Listen, you'll just have to go home. That's a good one, isn't it? Woo! Yes. Good night, my darling Jackie and your little sweetheart. The disco balls are for members. And I'm sorry, I can't add. That's why I put that other one up there. And I can't add anything for non-members, but that's okay because you're here dancing anyway. Does Lord Gregor dance? Yes, he does. not the disco type stuff. But I can tell you, if he were here and we were dancing, it would be this side of Dirty Dancing, because everything is a little bit more formal with him, but I'm down for it because he's an excellent dancer. And believe me, if you want to waltz or tango or any of those, he's a force to be reckoned with. Any man that dances is a good man. Well, you know, that comes with that old noble side, and I think it's something that you need to be. My son can dance, and I think that it's something that needs to be taught. I think for women, they need to learn to sew and cook and all that stuff. And I think for a man, hello, I just hit that. I think for a man, they need to learn to dance. There's nothing worse than a wallflower man when you go out, and even if you try, just try. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. It's so funny that when it is so funny that when I put that out, WZLD, if you haven't heard that yet, he tells werewolf stories. They are good. Now, these are stories that he used to tell. Now you know why 4 years ago, we just hit our 4-year knowing things channel. Knowing each other. We just hit 4 years. And he used to tell me these stories, and I'd be like, he does not wear blue jeans at all. No Levi's. No, doesn't wear those. You've met about as much as you're going to meet of him. It's privacy thing. We talked about this for a long time, and when I first kind of brought him around, there were a few that just kind of went wild and were trying to figure out where he was and get drones and all this other stuff. And it was just like, oh, what have we done? But anyway, when he would tell me these stories, I'm like, but you could fight a werewolf, couldn't you? You know, I've got hero syndrome pretty bad when that guy comes around. Anyway, but he knows that I was a dancer, and that's all about it. That's all it was. There you go. I love to dance. I've always danced. My son, I got to tell you this funny story about Ian, and we're going to read cards. They had field day toward the end of 1 year of school. And everybody's running and shot putting and everything else. They had music playing, and my son is at the side dancing. Look at his foot, doing footwork. Now, I think, how old was he? He had to be in 4th grade, maybe, doing foot. We used to dance all the time, and he can ballroom dance. Oh, I love it. I love it. Let me see there. Here's something. Diana, thank you so much for the Cash App. I love you. Listen, I want you to know this. I believe I have now taken up residence here on the Tubes of You, because tomorrow night I will be race to that channel, and please subscribe. I will be live on and I'm not monetized over there. I'm trying to get to that point. So if you can help me, but come on over there. I'm going to talk to you about the storyline, because the storyline is actually from Lord Gregor. Supposed to be true. Supposed to be. It's more legend. And it's supposed to have taken place back into the 1400s. But I brought it a little bit up here. It's Gothic Fantasy Love Lore channel. And believe me, I love making it. And I'm going to talk to you about that and talk to you about how I do it. And I'm going to also tell you this. You're going to love the intro that I have made because I wrote all the music and I'm writing all the music now for all of these channels because Mrs. Marie and I are done with those third parties coming in and saying, oh, well, this is copyright free, so we're going to lay claim on it. Yeah. Wrong. We unlisted. That's why I did that in the still case. And thank you so much because I unlist it because I don't want to miss the views, but I unlist it. And then I'm writing my own music. What we just heard, this disco, I write all the lyrics. I tell them what interests. I put together I don't have a keyboard. That's the only thing. But I put together what instruments I want, the lyrics, what beats per minute. Wait till you hear the Crossy and you see the Crossy intro. I can't help myself. My son came out here today. Yes, I'm talking about Crossy. It's actually supposed to be, her name is Camellia Cross. Made up that name. I'm going to show you how I got it. But I made the intro today and my son comes out and he looks at me and he says, Mom. I said, I know, I just can't help myself. I cannot help myself. That's just the way it is. All right. I like the music breaks after that. I do too. And that's why we're having them, Gloria. Thank you so much because some people don't like it and I'm sorry. But for those of you now who are joining late, and those are Aussie friends and those across the pond, I want to thank you so much for watching. We love you and we love you so much here. Tomorrow night, Crossy is at 6 p.m., not 7. I'm sorry. It is supposed to be 6. I better check and make sure because, hello, that would be not a good thing. 6 p.m. tomorrow night, Sunday, the 23rd. Meet us there. And then I'm going to be a guest. I'm going to be a guest on Mrs. Marie channel. That is also pinned in the chat. That I'm going to be a guest on her channel, and we're going to talk about that case. So race there. I believe that's going to be next Sunday. Race there, because we're going to talk about that Pennsylvania mess. Philadelphia, Olney. Oh, it's creepy as can be. Are you sure you don't have a doubles of you, Lady Zelda? Listen, this is what I have. I'm going to show you what I have. A bottle of Geritol, and I have this. Hold on. Mrs. Marie has the True Oracle channel. She also is the one who owns True Oracle, in which I am privileged to be a psychic on. If you go over to that website, you'll see this is my in general, and I left that so you can see. This is my rice jar, and look at how those things, I don't mess with it. Those things are rising to the top. And I have this rice jar, and look at that rising for the top. And my darlings, rice jar, be there, aloha. That's how I do it. And if you want to know really more about your rice jar, head on over to the psychic shop at True Oracle. I made an app. It's for your phone. It's for your iPhone. Any phone. It's not in the web store. It's not in your phone stores. It is a web app. Every day you get an affirmation. It tells you all about a rice jar. It tells you the moon phases because I connect it to NASA. There you go. I got the rice jar app. It works. Don't need the jar. That's absolutely true. That's right. Oh, Patty, my darling. But we're here for you. We'll hold you up, girl. You just keep going. I got your rice jar. Print out an app. Haven't checked it out. Do you tell us how to turn a wish into an intention? Yeah. Your wish, this is the different. Oh, I wish I had this. Oh, I know I'm going to have that. That's how you do it. Oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I know I'm going to have that. That's all it is. It's a change in the mindset immediately. And I'm going to tell you the moment it's been a year now, last August, that I started writing down in my journal. Yes, I have filled up one. This is almost filled. I've got another one over here. This is my iPad. I got another one over here, my darlings. This one is almost full. This was a gift from the mister. I only write important things, and I have another one that he's given me. And the moment that I started writing down, I am so thankful what I have. And I can't wait to see how fast the universe brings it in. The moment that I started, oh man, it started popping. The only thing I'm going to tell you is when you open up that channel where you receive, you have to have discernment because the floodgates are going to open. And you have to keep your head about you and not think that everything that comes to you is for you. I have opportunities. I have emails. People want to collaborate. People want to affiliate. No, 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 no. It is me, myself, and I. And we now have Valehaven Productions. And that's good enough for me. I do keep as many as I possibly can. I do. All right, I want to get some cards out because that's just the way I'm doing it. All right, here we are. Let me make sure that everything is okay. And I have my trusty pendulum here. I have a tarot deck, and I have my small tarot deck, and I have the thank you, my darlings. No, honey, it's gratitude. You're talking about gratitude. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you know, what you can do is say, thank you so much for bringing this to me. Thank you so much. It came in so quickly. That's when I started doing it. Holy moly. Tickety boom, we have it. Wow. Here we go. Here we go. Now, here are the things I want to share. I cannot ask who did it, because we'll get in trouble. But you might be able to pick out. Because I got to keep things here. You know, got to keep it on the level. And just know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer. With that said, I'm wondering, should I have, we're at 2 hours right now. We may get out the thing in a minute. What I mean, the device. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Where am I? There we are. Now you get to see my dirty table. Oh, let me turn this down. You see that now? I can still hear it. Stop. No. Okay, now I can hear myself. That will put me in the ground. I don't like that. See, I don't know why it does that. Hello? Okay. Here we are. Okay, my darlings, here we go. I'm going to set it like this so we can see it a little bit better. Don't look at my dirty desk. All right. Oh, my Lord. First card that comes out is the 9 of Clubs. Now I'm asking about if you can go back to where you downloaded it, Cole's grandma, and you should still have the link there. Once you purchase it, it doesn't disappear. You can go and try it again. This 9 of Clubs can be a card about selfishness. It can be about thinking that you've earned wealth. You may not see me off on camera here, but it's the way I have to sit. Papers, communication papers, telephone. On the Psychic Shop, it is the Rice Jar app. Oh, isn't that interesting? We have 2 women and a man. The diamonds are always communication cards. The Queen of Spades always comes up when there is someone I'm trying to be nice. When there's someone that can be a false charmer. There we go. I said it. Jackie, bless you, my darling. This is Lindsay. I think this is the newbie. And this is the immature PC. Oh, I wish I had some coffee. This is new change, a new job, a new hobby, a location, a new move. Oh, wow. Listen, I'm going to end up meeting you guys, and I'm going to have to bend over to hug every one of you from what I'm seeing in the chat. I can hear him. He's in there playing his games and doing his thing. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have any children. Not yet. He just got married in April. Tell us how to move this out of the way. Tell us if you would see my desk. I don't know what happened, but okay. Patrick Clancy just got married. 5'8". Okay, Marcia. There you go, Sarah. Can't wait to meet everyone. Me too. You never know when that's going to happen. Okay. I didn't think they have a child. I didn't think that they have a child. I'm pretty sure that they don't. I think that's just rumor. Okay. 24 hours. Okay, tell me about this investigation. I'm sorry, I keep hitting this. Tell me about this investigation. Don't put any of your personal things in chat, my darling. When it comes time and I'm going to do something, I will be glad to make sure that everybody knows, okay? But for now, it's going to be a minute. Now, this is interesting because I'm talking about the investigation. Here we have this. Try to put these things together. This is an investment card. This is a lump sum of money, and this is a card of misunderstandings, and it can be jealousy, envy. And this is a partnership. It's not a loving partnership. It's like a business partnership. It's like the business partnership. Psych. Okay. Aw, that sounds so cute. I love the vintage stuff. Financial partnership. There you go. You're in the wrong store, my darling. You're in the wrong store. You have to go to the psychic shop on at trueoracle.com. But what are you looking for in the store? Hoodies, coffee mugs, and t-shirts. What, Angela, if you tell us what you're looking for, we'll get you to the right place. No, I don't do cruises. I don't do that at all. I was curious if P and recently married so they can testify against each other, you know? April is not that far away. She's pretty smitten with him. I think that, you know, juggling finances, juggling money. That oh, I love the blue car. This star is January into February, which is an Aquarius, but rice jar, that's in the psychic shop, honey. That's not in the merchandise shop. It's the psychic shop. I think one of the mods, Captain Harris, just put the shop in the chat so you can click on that and find that. See, yes, I have a dirty arm. Sorry. And it's from leaning here. Hello. All right, I need to get Moisha. Hold on. And the Piotic. All right. Why can't you see the cards, darling? Kitty. Let me try to make them bigger. There. Okay. Now, I have to say this gingerly, and I know that all of you are going to be, oh, we do need some fireplace. Hold on. So I want all of you to just sort of, dear God, that's not the fire. Let's turn it down. I want all of you to sort of kind of read between the lines. Good, Angela. Good, good, good. They're standing stones. And bless you, my darling. And the standing stones. May you have a good message written on the stones for you. All right, here's what we're going to do. Juggling career, juggling money. See if you can hear me okay. Juggling here, juggling money. Love you, my darling. Standing stones. Love ya. Listen, he sent me the most beautiful, when I move and I have my office, because I love folk art, and he sent me this beautiful painting that he did with his sweet hands. pardon me, is lovely. This can be a very dark card. Let's talk about it. Yeah, I had to put a little outfit on her because the tubes of you don't like naked. This star card is also a card that denotes if someone is a narcissist. And it covers that particular who was the, I have to say it gingerly, who was the story about she looked into the pond and was admiring herself so much that she just eventually fell in. Now this, coupled with all of these cards, now remember, if you are an Aquarius and you have a star card, this does not automatically say, oh, well, you're a narcissist, because it does not. So stop. You see that little bird? That little bird is someone that will always tell. It is someone who is always there in the background, who always will tell. 1 foot in and 1 foot out. This is supposed to be a card of balance. This is supposed to be a card of balance. So much going on in this particular card for in this particular case. You see, even though there's a lot of water in this card, it's not a water, it's an air sign. And all of these stars can represent each aura or chakra. Pardon me. But this little birdie here is someone who was watching in the background. So this, I don't even know when their birthdays are, and I quite frankly don't care. I did do a forensic astrology chart on the event, and it shows more than one person. So keep this in mind. Hold on, I got to check something. I want to check something for you. It's the narcissist was a handsome hunter. Yes, punished by the gods. Greek mythology, he fell in love with his own reflection. That's what I was looking for. Oh, look, hi. Look who's here. Hello, my darling. This is Ian's better half. Hello, my darling. Okay. Yeah, when it comes to the tarot, if you're going to study the tarot, you just better study it. But look, it keeps getting good and it keeps getting better. Because now here comes the Devil card, which is also the sign of Capricorn. And no, for you Capricorns, because Lord Ian happens to be a Capricorn, and so is Mrs. Marie, and you all aren't devils. It's unfortunate. That's the significator card, but that's just the way it is. But there's a lot going on in this card. This actually is not a devil. It is a Baphomet. We're discussing the Lindsay Clancy case first. This is a Baphomet, but okay, whatever you want to be, devil, demon, Baphomet. Hello, we got a sound coming, and that is this.
Sit down, demon.
Okay, that was kind of loud. That was actually the voice of Tule from the Crossy Chronicles. He is the vampire. All right. Let's look about these things. And look at his little hand. Oops. Nanu. No. There's some things going on around here. Now, this is supposed to depict, pardon me, this is supposed to depict Adam and Eve. Because, you know, Eve had the grapes, there's fire. Adam was too busy thinking about things. He got involved with the devil and things went downhill from there. All right. But they are chained to this box. Now, one thing that I want you to know, look at the chains. They're not very tight. This is a card that comes up if you have addiction, if you have an obsessive compulsive order. I'm not a doctor, but it comes in, hello, just a second. It comes in, my darlings, if you obsess with any one thing. Plum blossom. Now, here's the thing. It can also mean very deep, dark, mental, perhaps sociopath, perhaps psychosis. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you what the cards sometimes sort of kind of talks about. But look at the chains. They are chained to a particular thought process. Because the chains are loose, they could get out if they wanted to, but they are convinced that they must stay. Do you see how the wings of this Baphomet, devil, this Baphomet go off the frame of the card? This can and does mean that most generally 98% of the time it's just too hard to quit, and whomever may stay chained to this particular box. Does that sound familiar? Now, look at this. This just, listen, the cards don't lie. The cards don't lie. The energy doesn't lie, and neither do the cards. When people figure that out, we might get along. All right. Let's talk about this card. I'm so glad whoever sent me Moisha. This is actually a Torah pointer. Thank you so much. It is so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, here we are. Here is the Two of Cups. This is a water card. But let's dig into it because this is all going to start making sense for you. Do you, Jackie? Yeah, the cards don't lie. Look at these little hands. Oh, this looks like Moisha's hand. Look at him. Hello. But look at these. Now let's start at the top. We have the lion, which is strength. We also have an angelic, well, we have this wings where it is a divine inspiration or a divine covering. However, this woman right here has on the outfit, might as well say on the clothing of the high priestess. She carries secrets. She carries esoteric things. They both have wreaths around their heads, which can mean that they are victorious. But he wears the clothing of the fool. Now, nobody's the fool. But here's the thing. The fool is the new journey, meaning you want a new start. You want a fresh start. You want a do-over. So this woman here is like the mother of earth. She's hiding things. And yet we have somebody over here that wants to wipe the slate clean and start over. That's exactly what it is. There's more. You see this? This is the staff of Hermes or the Caduceus. In America, maybe other places too, this is the sign of medical. Can't make this up. Look at the cards that we're getting. This is the sign of the medical. Bringing 2 cups can mean different things. It can mean a negotiation. It can mean a partnership. It can mean putting things together to the point where there's an understanding between both parties. But it also can mean this medical right here, that someone needs to work things out, and it can mean this person right here is trying to negotiate and navigate some things and possibly even manipulate. So we have this card, which is a partnership. Basically, can be a negotiation and forgiveness if both parties want it. Last but not least, here we come. The cards don't lie. Don't you just love this? Now listen, anybody who comes in here and says, oh, you're the devil and you're going to go to the hot place. I'll take my chances. Hold on. Patty, my gosh, a coffee. Thank you so much, darling. Oh my heck. You didn't have to do that. My goodness. You sweet thing. Oh wait, I better plug in, and we're gonna go dark in a second. If I don't plug in, we be going dark. Anyway, I was just going to tell you, now the live tomorrow night at 6 o'clock is not going to be very long. Right, Zelda? No, we're not going to be very long, but I just want to talk to you. I just want you to, I want to familiarize yourself with the story, because that is a series and story and all kinds of things. And I've had that channel for a while, but I'm going to explain that. So it's at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. We won't be long, maybe 30 and 45 minutes. All right. This is your sweetheart. This is really, really amazing. A lot of things going on in this card, and let me show. Oh, hello. Let me show you what these are. Why do I always revert to that accent? How can both come to the lion with a cup and expect both cups to be filled to the max? It takes personal effort because the lion is a strength. So you actually need strength. Somebody needs the strength to initiate coming together and working things out. And medically, it can be good, because laughter is the best medicine, right? Let's talk about this Three of Pentacles, a very grounded card. But let's talk about what this chick has in her hand. Yes, this is a woman because she's covered. She has plans in her hand for another place. Now, let's talk about this for a second. Do you see the cutout? This is most likely some type of a church or some type of a spiritual worship building, whatever the case may be, but look how they're cut out. And the reason that they did that back in the day, hello, go, sir, goodbye. Oh, don't sit down. Get, go. Guess who this is? Guess who this is? Shaggy the Noodle Maker. All right. The reason they're cut out like this is because it causes a particular frequency. I'll tell you what his song is. My name should be Trouble. You should have seen him yesterday. When the wind would blow through these in a particular way, like if you're in a church, if you would go to Europe, they still have these. I don't know why they don't do them here anymore, because I guess we're just weird. But they would, during any type of worshiping, if you heard the wind, because they were carved in a particular way that they would cause a 542 frequency, any of those frequencies that are good and healing, just like the bells. So this fellow right here is called a Mason, not the club, not the society. He is a Mason because he is a bricklayer and a block layer. How do we know that? He is holding a builder's maul. And, oh, no boys allowed. No, sir. Come on. Oh, golly, no. Mason, not the jar. That's right, Sarah. That's right. Thank you for that station identification. All right. Just when it's getting serious. This is a builder's maul. What you do with this builder's maul is when you lay brick or block or anything like that, you use the maul to tap it and make sure that it is level, because they didn't have level things back then when they were building things like this. So he is the one that people would come to. You see, there are 3 here, 3 here. The key says 3. He is the one that people would come to if they had a plan. This means that somebody had a plan that they wanted to build, that they wanted to carry out. So what does this tell me? This tells me that there's so much more here than meets the eye. Because since they have a plan, You know, this particular card doesn't mean too much, except there are two ships in the back. And two ships in the back can mean someone is waiting for their ship to come in. And until then, they are juggling. And it doesn't have to be money. It can be juggling circumstances, situations. Right? This is quite. This right here, just, it tells all. This tells all. We have all the characters here. It tells all. No, it's not like, this is a builder mason, so it has nothing to do with that type of mason. So someone was looking for their ship to come in. And I'm just going to say this once again. There's nothing more dangerous than a man who wants a new family. Ask Chris Watts. And I'm also going to tell you that Chris Watts had help. You saw her on the camera, and we've never heard of it. We've never talked about it. But I'm also going to say this. She probably gave state's evidence. Imagine being a woman having an affair with someone that you knew unalived his wife and his children because he wanted to be with me. Not me, you know what I mean. What kind of mindset would that put you? I would probably hide and never date again and ask the good Lord to forgive me and let me have my penance here on earth, because I would not want to face his wife and his children the moment that I released my silver cord and my spirit. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about it. It does remind me of the Peterson case. Wants a new life. Men out there, if you are hearing this, just get divorced. Child support doesn't last that long. 18. Period. Billy boy, Billy is going to be 67 tomorrow. Well, you know what that means. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Billy. Happy birthday to you. And many more. I love it. Thank you for being here. Have a blessed day. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. How you get them is how you lose them. And now, did you hear that Chris Watts is getting married? Does anything make you more ill? And people are asking her, evidently she's taken his last name. They have applied to the prison to get married. And boy, they've been having some conjugal visits from what we hear. Because I guess not only can, I guess everybody can hear what is about happening and going on. Why? How messed up could you absolutely be? Does she think she's going to get money? Does she think she's going to get a book? Somebody asked her, how do you feel? How do you feel about what he did? And you know what she says? Oh, I told him how I feel. Well, baby, here's how I would feel. You're just as nuts as he is. Enough said. What in the absolute heck? That just goes to show, right? That just goes to show you, my darlings. That just goes to, I don't think that Chris Watts is married yet, but that to me is mentally ill. Now let's get back to this a second. Now we heard that Lindsay reported that she heard voices. This card right here can tell us where that came from. Interesting. Interesting. Let me put Moisha down for a second. I'm going to do one more quick cards on I keep thinking that somebody's looking at me. I've been seeing that for 3 days. And it ain't anybody that I know. Let me pick these up. Hello, wifey. Hi, darling. How are you? Dr. McDonald, I sure do. Listen, I'm from the 1900s. It takes a lot to get past me. I mean, do you remember Kathy Mitchell? Do you remember Kathy Mitchell? Here, come cook with me. Kathy Mitchell. You don't think, no, it's not Where I Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. No, I'm trying to figure out who and what it is. It's not them. It's not them. Hello, Feedy McDougal. Here. Do not stand on my keyboard. What are you guys doing? All right. Here we go. Hi, Nina. All right. That's good, Law Wifey. So glad you're here, darling. All right. South Dakota. I love it. How's the weather there? Wonder if she's wearing the wife's no more ring. She's wearing a ring, but they're not official. I work answering service and took his calls. Creepy. Whose calls did you take, darling? I work the answering service and took his creepy Babs. Whose creepy calls did you take, darling? I'm so glad you're here. Son. Come on, Angel. Come on. He's just purring to beat the band. All right. No, we're not playing this where it's, you see how it's toddler? Look at this face. It is toddler. Let me get up. Let me get down. Let me get up. Let me get down. There. Look how he sits. Always crosses his hands. He's making the sign of the cross. Sometimes, look, I hate to even put him down. Get down, though. I don't now. But, Mommy, I want to see the people, right? Hello. The other day I was doing something, had my Bible out, and there's Riley, just comes and lays on the Bible. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, he's leaning on the word, too. Hello. Okay. He is a sweet man, bless his little heart. I'm going to ask one more. He does, Aunt BB. He knows he's ornery. Yes, he is being ornery, my darling. He wants to be. Listen, any other time. But they all got in trouble today. They got a little talking to. Because too much laying on the stuff. Riley is Terry's love. Yep. Lord Ian needs to let him back in the room. Well, that was Shaggy. Pete, Shaggy is sitting here. He's wanting to eat. He's moseying around. Here we are. Now this is about Lindsay. Sorry. I'm like the Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the green curtain. All right. Lindsay, Clancy, one more question. Had thoughts and thinking about a sweetheart. Unexpected joy. That's what it says. Cards don't lie. Zelda, I had a question. Why does everyone believe she did it? Just because of him and she believes she did it? Yes. On one hand, they say she was nuts and then believes what she said. Thank you. You just summed up the whole entire case, Elizabeth. Totally. And they're mad because she wasn't hurt worse than what she was, which is bad. The prosecution was hurt. They brought up a big thing to Dr. La Posada, but she didn't have a head injury, so what? But she didn't have any cuts or bruises. Look at this. And they showed Lindsay laying in the hospital on a gurney, and her hair was wet, obviously, because they're, well, there's no red stuff there. CW, what is it that you want? They just want to nail her. That's all it is. They just want to nail her. Your Honor, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know what I want to know what I'm talking about, but I don't know. No, get out. Okay. Confirmation bias. Don't forget, it's superficial, but she was airlifted to the hospital. Thank you, Aunt BB, my darling. Yep. And, I don't know. Prosecution went to the funeral of the children. Got a picture of them standing right behind Patrick. So do you think if anything was found out that he would have to stand for it? I don't. Let's look at some, you guys are sending me some things, and I don't want to forget you. Here's a new member. Thank you, Billy, for being here. Thank you, thank you. Some Taurus fun sent some flowers. Hi, thank you so much for the generosity. 2 jewels from Claudia. Thank you, my darling. And 10 jewels hiding from Joe Billups Music. I love it. Thank you, thank you. 1,000 jewels for a trophy cake. That's amazing. Thank you so much. We have some makeup brushes. That works really well. I love it. You know how it is. And then a laughing disco from Claudia. 650 jewels, a mystery gift. I'll take it. It's a mystery. Thank you so much. And hey, don't forget, there's a Help I'm Haunted coloring book, puzzle book, and you can download it immediately. You don't have to, it's an ebook. And here's what I would do if you get that. I downloaded it because, sometimes, even though I made it, I downloaded. Hello. I downloaded it. I used my Apple Pen, worked out all the stuff, word searches, crosswords, word scrambles, Sudoku, all these other things, color, and then I erased it all. I can go back over it again. And you can print it out, and you can do whatever you want to. There you go. Allison Wonderland, thank you so much for being here, is a new member. Thank you, thank you. A member for 13 months. Thank you, Weird Debbie. I love it. Thank you, Sparkles. Thank you so much for the jewels. Cookie Cottage Bakery, you are a darling. Thank you so much for the butterfly. Angel, thank you so much for the party hat. Flow State, love it, for swimming 2008. Sarah, in shock and horror, gifted a Lady Zelda Kelly membership. Thank you so much. D. Piers, thank you for the sparkles. Vasur Karen, I hope I said that right. Member for 2 months. Thank you for being here. And we have makeup brushes again from Swimming 2008. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are so generous. I appreciate it. Now let's talk. This is what we've got here. We have, you see the first card? It's the thought. He's sitting here thinking about things. But this isn't the wife card. This is a sweetheart card. And there's unexpected joy. And then this. Now I'm going to say I did hear something where Lindsay said, because she coded twice, and I did hear someone say, why did they bring me back? I could have been with my children. And they still have her on the S watch because they are still very concerned that she's just going to take a ticket to paradise. Look, again, I want you to know I don't condone this type of thing. But at the same token, there's just too much here that piques my curiosity, and I ain't sure. I ain't sure. I'm just going to tell you. Well, I am, but I can't tell you. Okay, now let's talk about Aunt Nancy. Because, you know, now everybody's coming out. Is it cold? What are they going to do now? They are going to wait until this thing dies down completely. And I bet you $10 to donuts, they're going to try to work this out themselves. Next is Nancy. Let me move my keyboard. No, no. No, sir. Look how he turned my light off. Get. No. Come here. Look at these little feet. Do you just want to just eat him? I do. I just want to eat him up because he's just so cute and I can't help it. Okay. No rain cloud. I tried to do that. I don't know when it's going to do that again. Let's use the pendulum for a minute, since somebody has to sit here. Look at it going. No, I'm not doing that. For those of you who say, oh no, you're moving it, you moved your hand. Well, my hand is part of a human. My hand is going to move. But you see what happens if I try to move this? Look at what happens. You're going to see me try to move this, and it's going to be wonky doodle. You're going to see, and it doesn't work that way. He is my kitty son. Look at him. He's a bum. Linda Moore wants to know, will they ever find Nancy? Now, it will rest and it will swing back and forth just like this. A yes will be this way. A yes goes, you're looking at me, it's backwards. Let me see. Yes. Yes is clockwise. Okay, so just so you know that. No is counterclockwise. So I'm in a mirror image right now from, you're seeing me in a mirror image. Okay, get down. Okay. For those of you, oh, you get to see my, oh, look at this. Let me show you. There are the necklaces. I wanted to show them to you. Look at the fur on me now. Hello. You see this? Black attracts everything but money and a man. There are my two necklaces. This is the one that looks like hammered, but it's not. I love it, though. These are on sale at Avon. And this one, Sam backwards. This one is, it's the Tree of Life, if I can hold it correctly. The Tree of Life, it has an infinite symbol. It has that amethyst looking little thing and another amethyst looking little thing. And then it has a blue, which is very pretty. I just love them. So there we are. Okay, we're going to put it down here. And we're going to wait here for a second. Here we are. I love that. Yes, I have to always. This is why, my darling, even in the daytime, I have to, or I will be sucking wind tonight. Here we are. So this actually is my right hand. It looks like the left to you, okay? Yes, those are both on Avon. There is the, I'm going to give you the, because they're under the clearance. I'm telling you, you cats. Let me look at this for you. It is in this page right here. I'm putting that in the stream. They're on clearance. And listen, I buy these things because I want to look like, I want to see what they look like. I'm not going to tell you. Is my favorite color purple? I don't know. I like all colors, but I really do. I like the jewel tones. I like jewel tones. I'm actually a winter, so I wear black all the time. If I ever wear white, it has to be stark white. Otherwise, I look like I'm ridiculous. Well, June, you could squeeze him. I'll give him to you right now because he's being a turd. All right, here we are. You see, it is resting now. And this is my right hand. So you're seeing it in a mirror, kind of seeing it backwards, okay? Will Nancy Guthrie ever be found? If it goes this way, it will say no. Okay? It is saying no right now. It is going counterclockwise. The answer is no. In my book, I tell about the first time I do a pendulum and the maps and the map and the map and the map. Let's do this. There we go. Will the truth ever come out about Nancy Guthrie? Sorry, stop it. I'm so sorry. Riley and Shaggy behind my ring light, tossing and tussling. Let's try it again. Will the truth ever come out about Nancy Guthrie? All right, you don't have to swing so hard. You're hitting me. Okay. Truth ever come out? It says no. Yes, your boy's in trouble, Terry. Okay. If they break my ring light. I don't know what it is. It's to get my attention. Will the person's people, will the people that were with Nancy when she passed away be revealed? The answer is no. Is one of the people that was with Nancy when she passed away a family member? Let me rephrase that because it's not answering. Sir, out. They have plenty of food and water. It's time for them to go to bed. And it's like, we want you in here. How are we going to watch a movie? When I lay in my bed, I have my TV over here on a dresser. They all line up on the edge of the bed and we watch TV. Tonight will be The Train to Busan. I want to watch that. It's a Korean zombie because there's a new zombie movie coming out on Tuesday. And I want to see the first one. I didn't get to see it. It's an extension. It's just like kids. They're like kids. They're spoiled. Okay. Is one of the people involved in Nancy's abduction a family member? Have to be careful. I'm creative. Were these people hired to take Nancy? Were they hired to take Nancy? Yes. Was it by someone who has, look at this, it's already swinging. Is it someone who has a lot of money that is well known? It's saying maybe. Will Sheriff Chris Nanos be indicted for perjury? The answer is no. Did Sheriff Nanos flub this investigation? I'm just asking, I'm not accusing. Did he mess this investigation up on purpose? No. Is it something that he just normally does? Messes things up? Yes. You can hear Ian laughing. Let me think of this a second. I have to be really careful. Remember, everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and we are certainly not accusing anyone of anything, and especially a crime. Did Nancy Guthrie go home that night of January? Oh, it's hitting my hand. Did Nancy Guthrie go home the night of January 31st? No. Guess who that is? Pacing, walking around. Mommy, get your crack in the bed. Did Nancy Guthrie make it home the early morning of February 1st? Maybe. Let me ask you that again. Did Nancy Guthrie make it home before noon on February 1st? Can you tell us when Nancy Guthrie got home? Look at this. Now, this is a maybe. Can you connect with the energy of the house? It started to say yes. I have to do this. Can you connect with the energy of the house, so we can ask some questions? And by the way, my darlings, since I did that fly over the cuckoo's nest last Saturday, I just want you to know that there were people, YouTubers, that were outside of Nancy's home and saw that there were lights turning on and off. Okay, so pendulum, can you connect with the energy of Nancy Guthrie's house? There we go. Yes. Okay. Please connect and tell me, was this crime supposed to be a message to another family member? You guys. Oh, somebody's in trouble. I'll be right back. What have you done? Get out. Get out. Get out. Get back out. Get. I'm spraying both of you. Out. Get out. Run. Run. I couldn't catch him in time. The light seems to be okay. Guess that's a new one that's going to be coming. And I had to spray them. Now their fur will be detangled and soft, because that's the only thing that's going to keep them away. No, sir. These babies. So we've got 10 minutes. Then I gotta go, because you see these little farts. Can you hear me, brother? Stop it. Get out. Like a mother. What have you done? Like they're going to answer me. Well, we knocked over your lamp. All right. It was an accident. They knocked it over. They wanted to be turds. I had to block this whole area over here by my computer because Riley would get in here and start pushing things. So he could lay down, and he lays on top of my, like, there's a lot of turds happening. Well, I'm laughing too. It's okay. Y'all can laugh. All right, so here we are. Got to get a new ring light now, I think. This one's looking kind of wonky. It's on its last leg. I've had it for a while. I'm going to get the paddle. They actually got Avon, so it won't hurt them. It's rice water. All right, here we are. They're smelling good. They ran in the bedroom. Severely grateful it is possible to remotely view in your sleep. Yes, yes. But that's not remote viewing, my darling angel. That is astral projection. It's a different thing. So thank you, Patty. It is amazing. Thank you, Dippity Doo. Okay. So now let's get back to Nancy and the energy of the house. Was this a message to another family member? Was this a message? Was this a message? I got to tell you too, that neck cream, Korean Beauty, was this a message to another family member? No. Do you know the reason? Is there, what, do you know the reason why Nancy Guthrie was taken? No. Could it be, you're welcome, could it be okay, keep saying no. No, there's something wrong. Let's pull some cards out. Let's pull some cards out. We got some happy poop here from the coffee lady. Thank you so much. I think she'll let him go about right now. I would cry. I would cry. No, it's not allergies or anything. It's I hear things. Happy poop came in. That's always good to have a happy poop. That's what we're supposed to have. Happy poops. Let me see what else is here so we don't forget. Hello. 10 jewels hiding from the lady of the night. I love that. Makeup brushes from Babs. A floating heart from Claudia. And of course we have our happy poop. Thank you. Okay. Was this crime against Nancy a message to someone else? Was it supposed to be a message for someone else? You're going to see it before me. Somebody, this is the 6 of Wands. I had to look. This is the 6 of Wands. And it's doing something weird. Let me see if you can see it. Because of the green screen. It's a 6 of Wands. It's a fellow. It's this card. He's riding in on a horse, you know, and the horse you rode in on. Where Debbie, thanks for being here, my darling. There's some things going on in here, and actually this is a fire element, and wands are always things that open doors. Creativity. This is Nancy Guthrie, who said that she kept her doors unlocked and that was an open door. There's an opportunity, open doors, creativity, and writing in as though you own the place, and also that you are winning because you've got a wreath and a wreath around your head. And not only that, you have other people in support of you. That's very interesting. I believe that, Creative Snapper. I believe that. The Queen of Swords, someone who is laying the law, someone who's giving, if you want to know what these are for gut health. So they're turmeric and all that jazz. All right. This is the Queen. The Queen always lays the law. The Queen is holding a sword, but it's upright. She's kind of telling everybody, look, I'm watching. Look. But at the same time, look at her little hand. Look. The double-edged sword cuts both ways. You know, the queens are always the one who makes the law, and it's the king that puts the law in place. So there's someone behind the scenes, a female, laying the law. Yes, Sarah in shock and horror, that was me, laying the law with my kiddos. This Ace of Pentacles, this benevolent hand coming out of the cosmic unknown and or the heavens, if you want to say that. And basically saying, it's also a timing card. But there's also this possibility, because actually the card said that Nancy was going to be found in August. And that was some time ago. August isn't over yet, but we're getting near the end of it. And I'm thinking that one of these days, something is just going to come out of the cosmic unknown. Good night, Susan. Thanks for being here, my darling. But it's a timing card. And it's a winter timing card, I think. We're not that far away from winter. But look, if this goes until February 1st, I think that it's just going to be, yes, it is a leave-in conditioner. There are two of them. This one that I like a lot. This one is very nice. It is a mist. And it's for dry hair, but I think you can, I don't put it on your roots, but it's very nice. But make sure you shake it up because see, it's separated. Make sure you shake it up really nice, okay? And then this one, the one that the kitties just got sprayed with, is the Organist all-in-one leave-in conditioner for all hair types, and it is also a hair detangler. And if you use heat appliances like I do, straightener especially, wait till it dries before you use it. You don't want to hear the sizzle and crack and pop, because that's not good for your hair with that. Yes, thank you, Patty. I just don't ever think that she'll be found. Maybe several places, unfortunately. This is something off of a flower. All right. Oh, do you, Dar? I love it. Here we go. That is the sign of Pisces. Let's talk about this for a second. This card is the sign of Pisces, and it's got a lot going on, day and night, but these are supposed to be the gates of heaven, or you can say the gates to your primary goal. Oh, you're in Youngstown. Nice. I know some people from Youngstown. The gates to your primary goal, heaven. But it shows you here that once you accomplish things, you still have a way before you actually get through those gates, and it is narrow and windy. And they're out here because here, oh, there's a wolf. The dogs and the wolves. Do you remember the first night that law enforcement was out there, the wolves? I remember that. They were going to town, but they didn't like everybody being in their area. That's what was going on. But since this is water, this little guy here is a doggy. This little guy here is a wolfie. Wolfie. And it basically says you can have anything you want. Even these little fellows right here have goals and aspirations. Even this little crusty guy who doesn't have much of a brain, sorry, buddy, has goals and aspirations. Yeah, the coyotes. Sorry, I did say wolf, but they were coyotes. You know, oh, here, I have one. This is telling me, I'm sorry to say this. I'm going to say it. I've thought about this for a long time, and I'm going to say it. I think whoever did this with Nancy had the total intention of her not coming back, and had the total intention of what happened to Nancy. You're not a nice guy and just take somebody. You're not a nice guy. I mean, come on. You've researched her home, her family, her floor plan. You've researched it all, and yet, you're going to try to take care of her? Don't try to fool us. You had the intention, and these notes were to throw people off. In fact, I'm going to say this. One note supposedly had an apology and another one didn't. Who has the right one? See, this is another Clancy case where you have to just be careful and not really say what you think, because what you think may never come out and may never be resolved. And I do not believe that Nancy Guthrie's case will be resolved. And I've got to tell you this, it's funny, but it's not funny. Not long ago, Lord Ian came through here and I was talking about Nancy Guthrie. And he said, "Can I tell you this, Mom?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "It's a breath of fresh air." I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "For 2.5 years, I heard you talking about Karen Reed daily. Karen Reed, Higgy, 34 Fairview, Chloe, John." He said, "Now it's Nancy Guthrie. Who's it going to be?" And I said, "Just wait. The Clancy trial is next. And after the Clancy trial, there will be more." And again, we're looking into this case in Philly, in Olney, at West Avenue, where these two dudes, is some evil stuff going on there, and people are allegedly sort of kind of missing. And the whole story is, dang it, and it's been going on for decades, not just a day or two. Many women, there are 4 right now who have names. We'll talk about that next Sunday. I think Mrs. Murray and I are going to be, but I'm not dropping Nancy. I'm not dropping Nancy yet. But look, there comes a time when we have to continue to talk about Nancy, but we have to start moving on, because that's just the way it is. We have to. We can't do that anymore. Unfortunately, they'll always be there. And then we'll always talk about Sebastian Rogers, which is very sus, but we can't say too much for anything, because the father has some cases now in federal court and all this other, and suing these agencies because there's somebody not telling the truth. How does a child 15 years old, yes, he was a child, how does a child 15 years old go missing out of your home with just disappear? Just disappear. I have a few ideas, but I can't say, because, you know, that's what happens. But he's been gone now for 2 years, and in December, he'll be 17 years old. Bless that father. I could not even go there. Bless you, Susan. Thanks for being here. I do feel the family of Nancy knows more than what they're willing to say, but, you know, it's an open investigation. That's the problem with a lot of these cases now that we're going on, because here's the thing. I like talking about these cases, but when they're open investigations, now Lindsay isn't, but we still have to be careful, because now there's somebody else. Will that ever come to fruition? I don't know. I don't know. My birthday was 16th, and I had one and only birthday, so I missed your live. So would you please sing happy birthday to me? Absolutely, Joyce. Absolutely. We got to sing happy birthday. Ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Pardon me. Happy birthday, dear Joyce. Happy birthday to you, and many more. Look at this. I'm getting to be I still can't get I was doing the frog, and I still can't get the rain clouds. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, we'll see what goes on. Anyway, happy birthday, my darling. Thanks for being here. Well, my sweet darlings, we've been here for 3 hours and 40 minutes. Have we accomplished anything? Well, we got along, and I'm really happy that you came. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps me, my darlings. It really does. Like and subscribe. Here we go. You know her, don't you? If I just look that good. Hello. So like and subscribe, and be here tomorrow night at 6 p.m. for the Crossy Chronicles. We're going to talk about that storyline, and I appreciate you going over there and coming on that live, because you know what? Sometimes we need a break from this heavy stuff. But then Monday night, be here, aloha, for the still case. We're going to be talking about the physics of an investigation. Bring your pens and pencils, because pens, pencils, and paper, because you're not going to want to miss this, because this is information that you can use every day in your life. And this, I'm teaching you how I approach things on that particular channel. So I appreciate you so much. So, my darlings, we're going to say goodbye. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. You know, I got so many intros and outros on here. I almost played the outro for Help I'm Haunted, but I guess if I did, it'd be okay. So thank you so much for being here. And then say goodnight, because I'm going to play another song that I wrote, and I'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. Thanks to True Oracle. Thank you to my lovely mods. If it weren't for you, I couldn't do this. Bless you, my darlings. And I will see you very soon. Peace. And bye for now. Oh, hello. Every day is, I'm just like a chicken. I wake up in a new world every day. Bye, everybody.
They'll tell you the facts are clear, but the truth always flickers between the lines. In every shadow, there's a secret that refuses to stay buried. Clues hide in symbols, and sometimes even fate won't show its hand. Voices echo not just from the living, but from the silence they leave behind. I'm Lady Zelda. This is Seeing Crime, where what's hidden doesn't stay hidden for long. Until next time, keep watching.
The sky wears silk of twilight gray. The earth hums low where shadows play. A whisper bends the willow's ear. It carries tales of those not here. Falling petals trace the air. They float like wishes lost somewhere. A fleeting touch, a quiet sigh. Falling petals and goodbye. A candle fights the breath of night. Its flame a dance, a fragile light. The stars look down, a watchful crew. Do they burn for me or burn for you? Time won't wait, it moves so sly. A thief that robs the wise. Falling petals trace the air. They float like wishes lost somewhere. A fleeting touch, a quiet sigh. knows but doesn't speak. Its song is calm, its truth unique. It wins through grief, it cuts through stone, but leaves us